finally, our last unit would involve statistics. The unit itself carries 17 marks. Finding the mean, median and mode by a particular method are sure shot questions. This was the gist of the important chapters for your Essay 1 exam for grade 10. Now remember, the only way to get better in maths is practice. However, due to the lack of time, it would be preferable to begin with questions that are bound to come. You should begin with statistics and geometry. Make a list of all the formulas and theorems you have studied in these two chapters. Devote equal time to both these chapters and try practicing different types of questions which appeared in the previous year's papers. Once you're done with either chapter, I would advise you to go for trigonometry. List all the formulas in this chapter and practice questions such as evaluating using trigonometric ratios, proving identities, etc. See that you revise your formulas before you start your practice, and without looking at the formula list, go ahead with the practice. As said earlier, a question related to zeros of a polynomial is a sure shot. You do not want to leave that topic. You can follow this by graphically solving a pair of linear equations. Remember, practicing previous year's question papers and solving different types of problems would help a lot. So that was all for grade 10. Moving on to grade 9. In grade 9, we have 5 units. Now, the chapter number system is a very important chapter since the chapter alone carries 17 marks. In this chapter, the operations on rational numbers should be practiced thoroughly. Our next unit, which is algebra, holds 25 marks. Now, polynomials being the lone chapter in this unit is one of the most important chapter in Essay 1. Questions related to either remainder theorem or the factor theorem are asked most of the times. Moving on to geometry. Now this unit holds 37 marks. In this unit, there are 3 chapters: Introduction to Euclid's Geometry, Lines and Angles, and finally Triangles. Introduction to Euclid's Geometry is of least importance. Now examiners rarely prefer to ask questions from this chapter. If they do so, it would be a single question. However, lines and angles and triangles are very important chapters in this unit. Remember, in lines and angles, questions based on parallel lines are not just most likely, they are sure shot questions. So you have to practice the different types of questions in this chapter. Our last 2 units, that is coordinate geometry and mensuration, are small units consisting of chapters each holding 6 marks and 5 marks respectively. Now, in coordinate geometry, finding the quadrant in which a point lies, or